I'm Amy Zuberly, Director of Public Affairs for FMEA. I recently sat down with Barry Moline from FMEA and Suzanne Goss of JEA to talk about the outcome of the 2013 legislative session.
The 2013 legislative session started out to be a potentially rocky one for municipal electric utilities. One particular bill took aim directly at us. However, with strong support from our members through legislative visits, letters, and phone calls, we fought it off and ended the session on a positive note. House Bill 733 would have imposed Public Service Commission rate regulation on Florida's water and wastewater utilities, municipal natural gas utilities, and municipal electric utilities. The direct impact would have been utility rate increases statewide of hundreds of millions of dollars. Thanks to the work of our FMEA members, their governing board members, and our lobbying team, we successfully fought this bad bill. The bill was not heard in committee, which is a testament to our combined effort. In 2006, the Florida legislature passed a bill that was meant to avoid billions of dollars of financing costs for the analysis, development, and construction of nuclear power and integrated gasification combined cycle power plants. The goal was to hold down the cost for consumers. One problem with the legislation is that the customers of investor-owned utilities could be charged whether or not the power plants are built. The law has received a lot of criticism and backlash from people who collectively paid millions of dollars for power plants that may be in jeopardy. Senate Bill 1472 focuses on future power plants, not ones currently under development. It says that for power plants going forward, before construction begins, a utility must prove that the planned project remains feasible and that the projected costs for the plant are reasonable. The utility must also petition the PSC to recover costs 10 years after receiving a federal license.
All Florida utilities must be able to evaluate and take advantage of new industry opportunities and technologies. The problem, however, is Florida's public power utilities are subject to Florida's public records law. Today, if a vendor comes to us wanting to show proprietary technology, we're unable to sign a non-disclosure agreement if they ask. Whatever we look at and whatever information we take in, it becomes a public record. Some examples we've seen are new emission control technologies and new renewable generation options. Some FMEA members have had to say, we can't keep that information private, so please don't show it to us. So the solution was we've worked together to help pass House Bill 649, which provides an exemption to public power utilities to keep confidential the proprietary business information that is provided to us. The bill requires that the information be retained by the utility for 1 year after the due diligence review has been completed and the electric utility has decided whether or not to participate in the project. We really appreciate Chip Merriam of OUC, who helped get this effort going, and our great bill sponsors, Representative Cummings and Senator Simmons. Utilities statewide see theft of services fairly regularly. Customers tamper with meters or steal from neighbors, and it's a real problem. The solution to this issue was Senate Bill 338, which increases the criminal penalties for theft of utility services to be equal to penalties for general theft. It also increases the threshold amount available in civil action from $1,000 to $3,000. We hope that this legislation will help to deter people from stealing utility services. The Environmental Protection Agency wants to classify coal ash as a hazardous waste and prohibit the beneficial uses of the material. It would also require Florida to transport these byproducts to out-of-state hazardous waste disposal facilities. This would add huge costs to utilities that generate with coal. The solution is Senate Bill 682, which defines coal byproducts to be non-hazardous and identifies its allowable uses. Allowed beneficial uses of coal byproducts include building products, concrete, and cement products, to name just a few. Passing this bill sends a message to the EPA that we in Florida use coal ash byproducts in a beneficial way that has three benefits. It reduces landfill costs, it lowers costs for other uses, and it lowers costs for our consumers.
There's great concern for drivers being distracted by their smartphones. We've seen growth in the number of accidents occurring as a result of a driver texting or reading emails. Senate Bill 52 makes texting and reading emails while driving a secondary offense, meaning an officer would have to pull over a driver for another traffic infraction before an additional texting fine could be added. The bill makes an exemption for law enforcement and other emergency personnel performing official duties. There's also exemptions for reporting emergency or criminal activity to law enforcement, receiving messages related to safety, and voice command texting. Texting while stopped at a traffic light is still permissible, as well as talking on a phone while driving. We strongly recommend you notify all staff of this new law.